Today, I'm going to be continuing on my playthrough of all the mods for Stardew Valley. If you didn't see the previous video, I played the first few days and explored what this mod pack has to offer. And I've not really explored a lot of mods when it comes to Stardew Valley. I thought it would be a really fun idea to continue on with the month of spring and showcase what it has to offer. Day 4, all I really did was take care of the crops and clean up some land, so not a whole lot to see there. Sold one of the eggs that we had, or maybe it was both, and continued on to day 5. Day 5, we of course get notified that the mines have opened up. We start the day off by, of course, watering the parsnips that we have and taking the one that has somehow grown up fully at this time. And into the mines, I spend the entire morning working my way down as low as we can. Strangely enough, I somehow encounter a monster floor very early. Ooh, we got a monster floor on the 5th floor. That's always great. I don't think I've ever encountered a monster floor this early on. And they're having a child. Well, I guess not, because we unalived one of the parents. Right now, I want to take this chance to thank you, the viewer, for watching this video. This has been the longest project that I've worked on, and I apologize for how long this has taken me. The last time I uploaded a Stardew Valley video, or the only one I have, was I think about 2 months ago, if not longer. It's just, this is a whole different process, a whole different learning style, and heck, even just doing this voiceover is a whole learning curve for me. So I appreciate your support, and if you have any great feedback or tips for recording and doing all this for future videos, things you want to see, if I'm going too slow for the pacing, too fast, if you don't like anything, you do like anything, let me know. I'd really appreciate any feedback you can give, because this is genuinely a really tricky and hard thing for me to have done, and I'm proud of myself for making it this far. We get our first level of combat. Flint visits us to tell us to come spend money at his shop to crack some geodes, gives us the recipe for the furnace. We get to watering our potatoes, and then we go to the community center to read the, undecipherable text, so the wizard will send us a letter so we can eventually, and the next day, get everything going. Take a trip down to the mines. Boom, floor 20. What? Another dagger, 1 through 5. This one just doesn't have more crit power. We ended up getting level 2 in mining. Ooh, our first harvest of potatoes is done. All right, let's go drink some magical stuff. I'm skipping. What the heck are you? Is that a pet dragon? After visiting the wizard, we go ahead and complete the spring foraging bundle to get our first bundle completed. I then go ahead and sell our first harvest of items, upgrade our backpack to finally have 24 slots. Whoa, what is this? Cannabis starter? Clearly, I wasn't expecting to find drugs as a crop that I could grow in this. Spring, summer, or fall continues to produce every 4 days. Okay. Tobacco starter. Purple haze starter. So there's drugs in this? Strawberry cough starter. Clearly, we are going to be doing a bit of a Breaking Bad kind of experience. White Widow starter, hemp starter, dried tobacco, cigarette, hand mirror. This is funny. I mean, obviously, like the tobacco one would be decent, but for now, we're just gonna keep it. Actually, no, we're doing a mod pack for a reason. Cannabis, tobacco, purple haze, which is expensive as crap. I then went ahead and, well, planted our new wonderful crops along with the other things that we have just to get the bundle completed. And we have 30 of the spring crops to be able to plant, and then take the rest of the day to clean up the farm and gather a bit of wood and all the other stuff and just make some space. We then, of course, attain level 1 in farming, level 3 in foraging. All I did for day 8 was water the crops and make more space on the farm, chopping down trees and clearing anything in the ground. Day 9 was, well, the exact same thing. Water the crops, clear some space on the farm, just because I don't have money. I don't have anything I can really do, and the mines is a little bit much right now. At the start of day 10, Marty comes and gives us a fox. I obviously accept, because who doesn't want a free pet fox? I think this is a really cool touch. I then spent day 10 doing some fishing and finally get that started because that's a good way to make some money on the side when I don't need to clear as much farmland. And clearly it's not as easy as it looks with this basic fishing rod. Whoa, a koi? That is awesome. Cool new fish. Ooh, bitterling. And we leveled up fishing. Gray tigerfish. Okay, that's a new one. Oh, a seahorse. That's kind of sad. At the end of the day, we leveled up our fishing. And for day 11, I spent it in the mines. And as you can see, the dagger isn't really a great idea when you're going up against a bunch of slimes. I struggled, and I wasn't a big fan of these flies. It was really pissing me off. Especially this big slime. There's a reason why I've muted the clip. What I'm excited for is I can get rid of this dang windspire. I could buy the cutlass for plus or 9 to 17 damage, or the pirate sword, which is 1 to 3 damage less for like half the cost. We attained level 2 in combat, and I take a nice delicious sip of Dr. Pepper, not sponsored. Oh, it feels so nice to be able to just slap these bugs around.
What do you mean by that?
Once again, a monster floor, but we can easily smack these guys around. I spent all of day 12 in the mines, smacking around the bugs and getting some good resources. We definitely needed to get a lot of this stuff, and I love the mines, but at the same time, they are definitely a grind. And you can see here when I hit level 4 in foraging, I'm pretty tired. And then we, of course, get level 3 in mining. For day 13, I water the crops and then head into town and onto the Egg Festival. The Egg Festival is one of the funnest events, and obviously I'm not going to let these darn kids win. They need to learn that there's no participation trophies when I'm around. Day 14, it is raining, so no need to water the crops. I spend the day fishing and just leveling that up, trying to get more money because we're always poor in this darn game, it feels, until we're overly abundantly wealthy. Seems like there's no in between with Stardew Valley, and if there is, it only lasts for like, I don't know, 6-7 days.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Oh, red cabbage seeds early on. And a beer, which I know I'm gonna need. I'm also gonna take the sturgeon, as silly as it sounds. At the end of the day, I got to level 2 in farming and in fishing. And of course, day 15 is salmonberry day. So I spend like the entire day getting salmon berries and then donating way too much crap to the museum. I finally take a visit to good old Clint and upgrade our pickaxe. Why does that carp look so chubby? Why is that a fat looking carp? He looks round. He's sitting like my cat does. By the way, future me, insert a picture of Mama K looking like Jabba the Hutt, being chunky. You do know that's kind of weird, right past me? Yeah, I know it's a stupid thing to put a picture of my cat up. I don't care, it's funny. At the end of day 15, we got level 3 in fishing. For day 16, I run around like a chicken with its head cut off, collecting salmon berries. If you're not somehow already familiar with this little strategy of getting as many as you can during this period of the spring, basically it's a really cheap free food source. And then the rest of the day 16, I just spend it fishing. Again, it's easy money, it's pretty good, and obviously there's a lot of new fish, and I want to try and see if I can catch them all, as Ash Ketchum would say. I then take a pit stop over to the Adventurers Guild to collect the insect head because it's better than Pirate Sword. I'll give it that. I donate all of the fish to the lake fish bundle, so that way we get another fish bundle done, and that's why I bought the sturgeon. I didn't have to catch it. It's so much easier. The dress spinner is whatever, but now we can unlock the boiler room to finally be able to get mine carts because I hate having to run around everywhere without any food to give speed buff. I then spend day 17 in the mines, and we run pretty late, but hey, we make it down to some pretty low floor levels. I think it's down to 50. That is the poop floor. Day 18, you can see we're once again in the mines, and I do not like this floor. What is that luck? Normally the game hates me. This is the funniest monster floor ever. One singular bat. I don't know if it's something to do with the mod pack or if I just got a really weird save, but it seems like every 5 floors or every few floors I get a monster floor. I genuinely don't know what it is. I'm not complaining because I'm leveling up really quick, but it's definitely unique. We end up getting to level 4 in combat, and I of course take mining perk because who doesn't like getting an extra ore per vein early on? It's just so much more worth it. Day 19, I start off by making some basic sprinklers, and then I donate all of the rare gems to the treasure hunters bundle. It sucks doing the diamond over an emerald or a ruby, but whatever, I'd rather get it done now than later. That's an insane amount of bone swords. I spend a lot of the early days deep in the mine because I like rushing to get better resources and tools, and especially the sprinklers. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Tractor garage. A garage to store your tractor. Tractor included. I didn't know I could get a gosh darn tractor. Then spend a bit more time in the mines just gathering up some resources. Star drop. Get to go ahead and increase our energy up to 304. That's another 34 energy points. We reach level 5 combat. Attacks deal 10% more damage. Crit strike chance increased by 50%. I'm going fighter. I like the extra 10% damage. I then spend the start of day 21 gathering up some items to donate to Gunther in the museum. And I don't know about you guys, but I really like to just make everything organized and put all the ores together. Bones. Oh, I needed that one. No, that's fine. Magic of having 3 bone swords. I then spend the rest of the day fishing, and I mean, this is pretty cool, getting a free diamond early on. I then get to level 3 for the farming, and we get foraging level 5. I decide to go with the forester. The start of day 22, this happened. I don't think I've ever seen an infested water level. What the heck is this? Day 22, we are cutting it close. 12:30 in the morning to passing out. But as you can see, we are pretty stacked up on resources, so I'm pretty happy with how late we stay out. I then hit level 6 in mining. Don't say that I water the crops every day, but we finally get our special crops grown, and I can't even say some of the names. If I take the coal, the iron, and a bunch of this quartz, and I put it here, will it automatically furnace them? That's awesome. For day 23, if you had placed a bet on entering the mines, you would have won. We end up hitting floor 120 and getting the skull key. Not that we can get to the skull caverns yet. And then I spend the remainder of the afternoon cleaning up a little bit more of the farm. Day 24, I work on horribly placing these sprinklers down. I really shouldn't do this setup. It's a lot of extra work, but it is optimal. I guess that's something. We then have the spring dance. I hate how expensive these rare crows are, but oh well. I then donate as many things to the bundles as I can. For day 25, I go ahead and water all the strawberries. Not that they're going to be harvestable again, but I do collect the ones that have grown, so we got a little bit of extra money that we'll have to sit on. I take a trip into the mines because I realize I need more copper. I then hit level 4 in farming, level 7 in mining. Day 26 is a bit of a rinse and repeat, water the cauliflower. I expand on the sprinklers for the farm. I'm getting ready for summer is what I'm really planning to do here. Greatly, yeah, why not? Screw it. I overspent on a single coffee bean seed, but it's worth it. Getting a lot of coffee early on is very helpful. A quick visit to Gunther to donate some extra items. Day 26, I spend a lot of the time in the mine. I've spent a lot of this season in the mines, but I'm expecting summer to have a lot more cool things to be able to do, especially in this mod pack, and if not, I'll be a little sad and disappointed, but I'd rather get everything prepared now and be ready for it, so that way I can enjoy it and show it off to you guys. We end up hitting level 6 in combat, and then at the start of day 27, I go ahead and pick up our cauliflower. They're great for money, and I know Carolyn is going to need one. Plus, I think a bundle does too. Harvest the eggs has been a daily task. I spend some of the time fishing, and clearly I'm paying attention in this. I mean, I'm so engaged in this mod pack at this point. I've only been recording for a few hours straight. I finish off day 27 just by clearing some more space on the farm. I'm trying to get myself ready to make a barn and get some cows, and then sheep, and goats, and pigs, of course. We hit level 4 in fishing, and at the start of the last day of spring, it's raining. So I take the opportunity to try and harvest these extra coffee bean seeds. Like I said, I want to try and get as much coffee as I can right now. I spend the rest of day 28, the last day of spring, just doing some random little things around the farm. I donated a couple things, I cleaned up some stuff in area, nothing too crazy or exciting. It's kind of what rainy days do to Stardew Valley. It kind of translates to real life, but thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and hit the like button, leave a comment as to what your favorite part is or what you found to be cool about this little mod pack that I'm playing. Go ahead and leave some suggestions, like I said earlier, on how I can improve on video editing and things like that, things you want me to focus on and see more of or less of. And of course, if you think I should do the rest of year 1 as one video instead of doing it month to month, leave that in the comments as well. I'm thinking I should, but I'll leave that up to you guys, so let me know what you'd like to see, and I'll work on that. If this video gets 10 likes or more, I will push to get the next episode out much faster this time. So, with that, have a great rest of your day. As always, peace out.